Hi everybody, Craig here. Welcome to the start of a new The Battle for Wesnoth campaign. This time around, we're going to be playing the campaign Heir to the Throne. Fight to regain the throne of Wesnoth, of which you are the legitimate heir. This is a novice level campaign and there are 23 scenarios. So just to remind everybody, previously on the channel I've played through Liberty, the South Guard, and A Tale of Two Brothers. Now, the reason I don't have the completion wreath around the South Guard and A Tale of Two Brothers is because I actually finished both of these campaigns on a previous version. I believe it was 1.14 of Wesnoth, and you can see here that we're currently playing on 1.16, and that's the version we played Liberty on as well. So that might be why it doesn't have the tracked progress there that I've completed them already. But in any case, as I said, we are going to play Heir to the Throne this time. We're going to have the combat setting set to default RNG, and the difficulty setting will be set to Lord, also known as challenging difficulty, and this is the highest difficulty setting possible for the campaign. So let's get started. In the 28th year of the reign of Konrad II, King of Wesnoth, the kingdom was plunged into a bitter war with the orcs of the north. The northern host encamped at Galkadar by the ford of Abez, and the king led his forces to meet them. Splitting his army in two, he led one half, while his son, the crown prince Eldred, led the other. Eldred was a brave and courageous warrior, able to lead his soldiers well. Unfortunately for Konrad, his son was also ambitious and treacherous. In the heat of battle, Eldred's men turned on the king, and so Konrad was slain in battle that day, along with his brother and all his sons but Eldred. Konrad's queen, Ashevere, looked on with glee, having come to watch the battle from a nearby hill. The rule of her son would surely satisfy her lust for power far better than her husband's had. In exchange for tribute, the warlord of the north happily made peace with Eldred, who proclaimed himself king and led his army south towards Weldon. But Konrad's archmage Delphador had escaped the battle and, riding with haste, reached Weldon first. He mustered a force of loyalists to fight Eldred and avenge the king's death. The loyalist army marched north to meet Eldred. Eldred made war upon Delphador and his forces with his mother's advice ringing in his ears. Fight no one great or small except the old mage, whose head should be severed from his shoulders. And Eldred did indeed meet Delphador face to face in battle, in the hinterlands near Tath. Sword clashed against staff, as the wise old mage fought the brash young warrior. In the end, Delphador's men were defeated and routed, but Ashevere found her son's lifeless body fixed to the ground by the great mage's staff. Ashevere herself then took command of the army and led it back to Weldon. Knowing that the king's young nephews were next in line to the throne, she ordered them all killed and declared herself Queen of Wesnoth. Soon after news of Ashevere's orders reached Delphador, he secretly entered the palace and stole away Konrad, the youngest of Konrad's nephews, thereby saving him from death. Fleeing to the Aethenwood beyond the southwestern border of Wesnoth, Delphador raised the child Konrad under the protection of the Elves, watching sadly as Ashevere's reign of terror over the land began. The Elves Besieged. "20 years into her rule, Ashevere turned her attention to the Wood Elves living in the great forest southwest of Wesnoth, whom she despised. Orcish mercenaries were hired and dispatched to bring about their ruin. Master Delphador, look, there are orcs coming from all directions. What shall we do? There are far too many to fight, far too many. We must escape. But to where? This is the only home we have. What about the elves? We will fight them, but you must escape, Konrad. It is imperative that you escape. We will go north. Perhaps we can reach the Isle of Alduin. If we can make it there, surely we will be safe. Konrad, we must recruit some elves to help us, and then you must make it to the signpost in the northwest. I will protect you. Very well, let us hurry. Attack the elves, my grunts, and take their villages. Let us claim this land for the queen. Remember, it is rumored that the filthy mage and the one that he protects are in these parts. They are the ones we want. Let them come. We will fight them with all we have. Be careful, Konrad. Guard him well, Delphador. Do not spend your life here, Chantal. Someone must warn the northern elves that the war we so long feared has begun. Alright, here we are. Scenario number 1, the Elves Besieged. Our victory condition is to move Konrad to the signpost in the northwest. Our defeat condition, the death of Konrad, the death of Delphador, or if our turns run out and we only have 12 turns left. There's a gold carryover, meaning that if we finish early we get a bonus, and 40% of gold will be carried over to the next scenario. Alright, well here we are. Let's kind of survey what we've got access to here. So, starting off, we have Konrad, who is a fighter. He's a lawful unit, which makes sense. So let's take a look here. As a fighter, young and brash, fighters attack with a sword and are vulnerable to more seasoned enemies. However, they have the potential to become great warriors one day. So he's a level 1 unit, which makes sense. We're starting off with him. And eventually he can become a commander and presumably then a tier 3 unit after that. Very good. Now, let's take a look at Delphador here. So he is a level 5 Elder Mage. Wow. So he's loyal and intelligent, meaning he has 0 upkeep. And he has a main attack with his staff as a melee attack here. And then he has a ranged attack that does a ton of lightning-based damage. Very, very cool there. Let's take a look. Elder Mage. Wow. Once great, Elder Magi have seen their power a little diminished from wearying years of battle. Nevertheless, they remain feared on the battlefield on account of their powerful lightning bolts. Yeah, that's very neat. So we have the lightning attack there from Delphador. We'll have to make sure we take advantage of that where we can. Whoops, I did not mean to move Delphador just yet. I wanted to take a peek here and see what are we able to recruit. So we right away have access to the Elvish Shaman, who is a healing unit, as you can see here. Be great to get a few of these and try to maybe level them up if possible. Get them to evolve into the next stage that can become a better healer. We have the Scout, the Fighter, and the Archer. So we've got pretty good versatility there in our unit selection. And of course we have our allies here. Now we're up against, as you can see here, some orcs. Orcish Warlord right by where we need to get to, which is this signpost. And then if we scroll all the way down, we've also got ourselves an Orcish Warlord down here. So presumably the name of the game is basically just getting Konrad where he needs to go as quickly as possible, minimizing kind of getting bogged down in combat. So, all right, let's see what we can manage here. We might want to try and capture some villages as well while we're at it. I suspect the elves will probably do some of the heavy lifting for us, but we have 100 gold to start with, and we have some decent income at the moment. So let's recruit ourselves some units. So I don't think we can recall anybody because this is the first scenario. So we'll start with recruiting. Why don't we grab ourselves a scout? Then we can also grab fighter. Oops, I meant to recruit. Let's do an archer and maybe a shaman while we're at it. You know what? Let's keep grabbing units because I think we're going to try and move out fairly quickly. So we might as well spend all our money now, get as many of our units as we can. Let's grab another fighter and maybe another archer. Yeah, there we go. All right, so I think we're going to head out with Konrad here. So let's advance to the north here into the woods. Delphador can advance as well. And then we will end our turn there. Okay, and it looks like the orcs are recruiting a bunch of units as expected. Now, this is going to be the tricky part. We're going to have to try and get by that orcish warlord and his forces. Yeah, and and there's another one in the right corner that I didn't notice. Yikes. This could get nasty real fast. At least the elves are going to help us out. Okay. So, we can continue moving. We're going to definitely try to advance through the woods here if we can. Meanwhile, everybody else can probably just move in advance of the party here. We'll head over here to go across the river. Again, we will grab the village there for some extra gold income. All right, let's see what we can do here moving forward. I think that's going to be all we're going to do this turn. We're going to basically ignore the southern forces as much as we can, unless they can make it all the way up to us. I sort of doubt that they're going to be able to get to us, though. I think we'll be able to advance quickly enough, and then it's just going to be the forces in the northeastern and western portions of the map that might be problematic. Thankfully, though, they seem to be kind of heading... Well, okay, I'm planning to kind of try and swoop along the bottom here and then move up. We'll see if that ends up working out. I'm kind of hoping that the elvish forces that are on the eastern side of the map will kind of tie up these purple guys here. And then I'll really just have the green orc forces to deal with myself. Yeah, and there they go. That's exactly what I was hoping they would do. Okay, and they're even sending some forces down to the south. Oh, and I forgot over here, those elven forces might help me with the green orcs, which would be great. Boy, we really don't have a lot of time to spare, though. 12 turns is not a lot of time to get Konrad where he needs to go. And it is Konrad. It's not just It's not Delphador. It's just Konrad. Yeah. So I have to get Konrad to that signpost. So I don't necessarily have to get Delphador there, so he can maybe do some fighting. Although, again, I'd like to try and get some experience with at least a few of my elvish units, if possible. All right, let's keep advancing here. We can keep on moving. We'll grab the village while we're moving through. Again, our units can just advance as far as possible here. Actually, our scout can advance up and grab one of these villages here. So why don't we go right here, perhaps? I suppose we could go to the furthest one, actually. Just a little concerned. No, we wouldn't be able to get ganged up on. We'd be okay. So, yeah, let's grab the furthest one. And then we can advance like this. Yeah, I think that's everybody. All right, fantastic. That's going to do it. It's also important to remember that our Elven units are neutral, meaning that they don't really benefit from night or day. They're kind of unaffected by benefit or penalty based on the time of day. Whereas our human units, as lawful units, are going to be having an advantage during the day and a disadvantage at nighttime. Whereas the orcish forces here are going to be having an advantage during the day. Or, excuse me, an advantage during the night and a disadvantage during the day. So kind of the direct opposite of my human units. Boy, man, they are producing a lot of units. So we definitely cannot get bogged down in combat. Okay, our Elvish allies are tanking some of the damage for us. And we really can't afford to get bogged down in combat. We need to just keep moving. There was an ambush there from the elves that are hiding in the woods. Okay, they're going after the orcish slayer here. Ooh, nice kill there. Ooh, and a poison on our elvish ranger ally. That's not great. Maybe they can get the kill. Excellent. Nice, good use of ranged attacks there on that orcish warrior, excuse me. I don't like how this guy's not in the woods, though. That's means he has a little bit less defense. Let's see what our ally does here. Nice, helping us out. Might be able to kill off that scout. Yeah, the elves are really helping us out, which is fantastic. That's exactly what we needed. Okay, and producing more units there, you can see. Okay, so we have to be very careful. It is now dusk, which means that we are starting to get closer to the time of day where the orcish forces are going to have an advantage. So let's see if we can at least thin them out a little bit here. All right. I think what I'm going to do is send my... Oh, and here we go. The shaman can actually advance and do a little bit of damage with Entangle. There's a chance to slow as well. Oh, fantastic. There, that slow is going to help us out. So just to remind everybody, when a unit is slowed... Here, we'll... This attack slows the target until it ends a turn. Slow halves the damage caused by attacks, and the movement cost for a slowed unit is doubled. A unit that is slowed will feature a snail icon in the sidebar information when it is selected. So basically, it just means that the unit won't be able to do as much damage and will have less movement capability as well. So very, very nice. And now we can try to gang up on him a little bit. So we can move our archer in there and do some bow attacks, which wouldn't be so bad. And let's just make sure that the other units here can still all attack. You know what? We'll put our archer there. Do some bow attacks. Excellent. Okay. And then this archer can move over here and try and get the kill, perhaps. Intelligent and resilient is a good combination. So intelligent means we need less experience to level up, and resilient, I believe, means we have a little bit more health. So let's see if we can get the level up, or the kill with this guy. Oh, and of course we missed every single shot. That's kind of unfortunate. Strong and intelligent here versus resilient and strong. Let's move our strong and intelligent in so that we can try and get the kill with our bow. Oh, shoot. And of course we didn't get it. Wow. I can't believe we missed all of those chances. All right, well, maybe what we'll do then is we'll get the kill with the scout, or at least try to. Oh, there we go. Okay, at least our scout got the experience. And then we can move our fighter in to grab the village. Now, Delphador, on the other hand, we could move over here, or we could go grab this village. Let's grab the village with Delphador. Okay, we're going to end the turn there. Konrad's in a good spot. He's kind of protected back behind the Elvish forces. I'm less concerned about that. I just need to make sure we keep moving. Yeah, so those southern orcs are going to try to catch us, and I just don't think they're going to be able to get to us in time. As long as I keep moving. They may get to capture some of our villages, though, which would reduce our gold income. Now, they're making their way north here pretty aggressively. Alright, let's see what... So, okay, moving down. Oh, and attacking my scout. Yikes. Oh, I hope he survives. Well, he's holding his own. We need to pull him back and get him to a village to heal up a little bit. Because he took some serious damage there. And again, we really don't want to get bogged down in a fight if we can avoid it. So let's try and kind of pivot and just keep moving. When our elven allies are taking a bit of a beating. Yikes, thankfully dodged those hammer blows from that troll. Yeah, this troll warrior could have ended that. Oh, and there. The warrior did it. Definitely taken some punishment. Nice, dodged a lot of attacks. Ouch. Well, dished out a good amount of damage despite taking some. Alright, now the elves get to be on the offensive here. Dude, I was really hoping for the kill there. Nice, there it was. Nice, and the kill on the warrior. Excellent. Well, they're making a dent in those orcish forces, that's for sure. Being in the woods is definitely beneficial for the elves in particular. Nice, whittling down that scout. That's going to help me out a little bit. These units moving down. Nice, some extra reinforcements coming north to help me out. Exactly what we need. I just have to be very careful with Konrad that I don't get him into a position where he gets bogged down in combat. So I'm going to use my other forces as a bit of a shield to allow Konrad to basically just keep moving along the side here and get into the open ground so he can make a break for the signpost. We'll just have to be careful because if any units are recruited over here, they might hop out and try to attack. So, again, with Konrad, we just want to keep moving basically in this direction. So that's exactly what we'll do. All right, so now we just have to figure out who we want to do our killing up here. So our archer could do some pretty hefty work, but Delphador, yeah, Delphador's not quite in range. So let's see. You know what? Our shaman could get in there and do some slowing. Wouldn't be such a bad idea, actually. You know what? Let's do that. We'll move our shaman in. We'll try for an entangle. Oh, and we failed. That's too bad. All right, well, that's fine. We can step up with our archer up here and put some hurt on this troll. We just have to watch out because I believe the troll, yeah, it does have regeneration. You can see it right here. So it'll heal 8 health per turn. So that might not be the wisest move, actually. Probably better to just try and kill off this wolf rider. Now, our scout here, we'll retreat back and try and get some health back just to... You know what? Let's even head over to this one. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be good. Really recoup our health a little bit. And then I think what we'll do is we'll move one of our warriors up, our fighters, and try and do some damage to the crossbowmen here. But we should also try and get rid of this wolf rider first. So let's see if we can do it with a bow attack. Excellent. There's a kill. That's perfect. All right, so now we can use our warriors here like this. And we can go in for some damage. Okay, nice. We did some damage. Unfortunately, we took a bit more than I wanted, but that's fine. And then we can try for the kill here. Shoot, and we missed. All right, well, one more try with our archer over here, perhaps. Just need to hit once. Excellent. There it is. All right, so that takes care of that unit. Now, unfortunately, this troll is going to really try to put the hurt on us, but we have high defense in the woods there, so hopefully that's enough to kind of hold out. We'll move Delphador over as well, and then I think that's going to do it for our turn, so we will end it there. Let's see what else kind of transpires here. Okay, so the orcs are capturing some of the villages. Yeah, going for my village too, unfortunately. Ooh. Demolished the village. Oh no, they are destroying our home. There can be no looking back. We must go quickly. Alright, so again, the orcs moving north. Yeah, we really needed to get out of there, because if we would have waited an extra turn or two to, recruit more units or something like that, we didn't really have the gold to do it. But A, we probably wouldn't be able to make it to the signpost in time, and B, there's a chance that we would have gotten bogged down in combat. So we definitely needed to get out of there as quickly as possible. Oh, shoot, we got poisoned. We did do some pretty good damage, though, in return. Okay, nice. We dodged those troll attacks. Ouch! Oh, I really don't want this unit to go down. Yeah, I'm going to try and pull this archer back to a village to at least heal a little bit. So that unit has quite a bit of experience, so it would be a shame to lose it at this point. Our allies putting some work in, doing some defending. Oh, ouch. You saw just how devastating that troll warrior is. Yikes. Nice, doing some more damage to the orc here. Excellent, there's a kill. Ooh, and almost a level up. This little orcish assassin is causing quite the problem for us. Okay, pestering that troll down there. Wow, I'm kind of surprised she didn't use her... Oh, I guess that makes sense. I was going to say, the crossbowman has a good ranged attack, so using the magic would put you at risk to getting hit by the crossbow, as we just saw. Okay, and looks like Konrad has a few units kind of moving into assist him as well, which is great. And again, with Konrad, we're just going to continue the movement to the west here. We're going to head straight for the edge of the forest here to try to get out of the forest. Now, this elvish archer really took some damage, so we're going to pull back to try to just recover at one of the villages here. And then in the meantime, we're going to move everybody else up to try to do some hefty damage. Now, we do have to be careful with Delphador, because if he dies, we lose as well. So if we needed to sacrifice some of our other units, that would be fine. So what I might do here is actually park this fighter on the village there. Danny's a little worse for wear. And then perhaps move maybe my archer... Kind of want to seal off this part of the woods here and lock them kind of in. So I'm going to actually go, I think, like this with my archer. Actually, no, I'm going to undo that. I actually want to go up here, and then with my warrior, I'm going to go there. That way they kind of can't really move past my units. And then I'll put my healer right in here. And then next turn, I'm going to move the healer in to kind of support these two units. Meanwhile, Delphador, I'm actually just going to move back. I'm not going to put him at risk. I'm going to let my allies kind of tank the damage for me. Now, this Elvish scout, perhaps, can move up and secure another village for us. So let's do that. Do need to watch out, though. If he recruits more units, they may try to attack the scout, so I have to be kind of careful there. Okay. So those southern orc forces are going to basically just get bogged down here in fighting some of the elves. Oh, that troll. Oh, yikes. Just two-hit that poor archer. Okay, and they've actually... Interesting. So some of the orc forces here are pulling back. Oh, devastating another village. Okay, so just kind of gradually pushing north. I am a little bit surprised that this orc scout, the pillager, excuse me, moved down to attack that shaman when he could have probably, in another 2 or 3 turns, made it to where our troops are. Okay, my allies are tanking the damage, which is exactly what I needed. Oh, shoot, and there goes one of them. Nice, the shaman got off a slow. That's going to help us out. Nice, and there's another one. Shoot, missed with the slows, but didn't take any extra damage. Oh, these slayers are just nasty. They can hit you with poison, which is really, really... Oh, shoot, and there goes that warrior. Oh, and that one, too, and that one was about to level up. The purple is kind of becoming a bit of a problem here. Oh, and the elvish leader has stepped out. There is Galdrad, the elvish champion. He's actually stepped out to fight on his own. He's going to get swarmed, I'm sure. Okay, and there's a kill for one of our allies. Nice. Slowed down the troll there. That's going to help. And some work on the crossbowman. Ooh, and that troll, actually. We might be able to kill off that troll if we can get in there. Nice, putting the hurt on that crossbowman at least. Okay, and there goes the shaman. Trying to slow that scout. Goblin Knight. Nice, that fighter actually did pretty well there. Okay. And thankfully it is now daytime again, or at least it's dawn, so we are going to have a bit more of an advantage here shortly because the chaotic units here are going to be at a disadvantage. Right now it's kind of even, but very shortly we should have an advantage, which will be very helpful. So let's see. Let's see if we can get the kill here. Nice bit of damage. Very nice. And then we should be able to get the finish with our archer here. Now the question is, what are our odds? We use our sword attack, we have an 82% chance to get the kill, whereas if we use our bow attack, we have an 84%. So you know what? I think we'll use the sword because that means we would potentially take less damage. The only trick here is that we get fewer attacks, but all right, there we go. And that's what I needed, getting that kill. And then you know what? We can send this archer maybe up to this village. Let's see. So we could send this fighter over here to do some work on this crossbowman. Not the worst idea in the world. He's still got more cover, being that it's a hill location rather than the open ground. So let's try that with a sword attack here. Actually, maybe before we do that, I wonder... I don't want to put my shaman in too much risk, necessarily. But I suppose I could put her out there and try for the entangle. The only problem is then he has 3 crossbow shots to just try and blast me, so I don't think that's worth it. So yeah, we'll go out here, we'll do our sword attacks, and hope for the best. Ouch, yeah, we kind of took more damage than I was hoping for there, but that's alright. Our shaman could go out and try for some damage, but I think it's probably better to just hang back, not take any unnecessary risks. We'll move this archer up to that village, and this shaman can go sit here to heal up these guys if they take any damage. Meanwhile, Delphador can just advance over, and Konrad is going to head straight for the open ground where he's going to have a little bit more mobility. Meanwhile, our scout can grab this additional village. And I think that's going to do it for our turn here. Yep. Alright, let's see what else transpires here. Hopefully that green orc doesn't recruit a bunch more units to try to stop Konrad from advancing. Hoping he used up most of his money to recruit his initial wave or 2 of units. Ooh, ouch. Oh, shooting that orc is capturing our villages and depriving us of additional gold income. I was kind of hoping that as many of my villages as possible would stay in my hands, and that would allow me to kind of acquire more gold before the end of the game to hopefully have more to carry over to the next scenario. So, I mean, it was inevitable. I wasn't going to leave anything behind to hold back the tide. I needed them up front to help me fight, but... Nice and slow there. Oh no. Shoot, and there goes my warrior. Well, that was the risk of putting him sort of in the open ground there a little bit. Even with the hills, that wasn't quite the defense, or quite the optimal position for him. Yikes, okay. I am Galdrad. You will have to fight me to get any further. Galdrad himself is now... Oh, yikes, he's been poisoned. Oh, this isn't good. Oh, the troll. Oh, no. Galdrad's been slain. Yikes. So the eastern Elven fort is now completely destroyed. Okay, some scattered battles still occurring here. Nice, still putting the hurt on that troll. Shoot, missing a lot of shots, holy cow. Some bad luck on those attacks. Boy, those crossbowmen are pretty tough customers. Hit him with the slow at least there. Alright. Okay, now the big question is going to be... Yeah, I can get Konrad up there at least. So he is getting pretty close. He's Basically 1 or maybe 2 turns away from getting there. So in the meantime, let's see if maybe we can get a little more experience with some of our units here, if possible. We have to be careful because the hills isn't quite as good as the forest for our elves. But... well, at least our archer up here can get in and start attacking the crossbowmen. I suppose the other option is we head over here and go toe-to-toe with the warlord. The problem there is that could get real nasty for us, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Our scout can also get involved. But, again, I don't really want to risk that. So, I think what I'm actually going to do is move this archer over here to keep healing, but also keep moving. Delphador, I'm going to put up there. This archer, I'm going to keep out of the action. I just really don't want to risk losing this unit at this stage. I could, I suppose, grab this village. The only danger then is the warlord might step out and actually attack me, so I think I'm actually going to not do that. Instead, what I'll do is I'll go like this, and then the shaman can go over here. We'll basically just move our forces over like that. I think that's going to about do it. Alright, we're going to end the turn there, and let's see what happens next. Okay, so the orc forces in the south are basically thinned out all the elves that were in the furthest southern position, but they are still tied up with a few, as you can see right here. Oof. That guy just got mauled to death. Shaman holding their own, but taking some hits. Yeah, I'm glad I got out of there when I did, because these southern forces would have caught up to me, and I would have been in a really, really tough spot. It's not fun watching your home get destroyed, though, for Konrad. Okay, our Elven allies are holding their own. Thankfully, it doesn't look like they're recruiting any additional units, so we should be in the clear. Ooh, nice kill there for that archer. That troll is just hanging around, though. Taking lots of damage. Oh, and they got him. Fantastic. Ooh, and a nice kill there. Not to mention, this fighter is about to level up. Ooh, and they slowed the warrior down. That's always a good move on the big, heavy melee units. Okay. So, I would like to try and maybe kill off this crossbowman if possible. I can get Konrad there right now, but what I would like to try to do is maybe get a kill with a unit and get some more experience if possible. So, what I might just try doing here... So I can get this archer right here, and I can try and get the finish, maybe with some melee attacks. So, Delphador I could step in. I don't want to just outright kill him this way, so let's try for the staff attacks. I am Delphador the Great. Prepare to die. I'm going to hit you with an old stick. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not an old stick. It's a staff, but that's basically what his attack was. Alright, so now we can actually ride in with our cavalry and then do some sword attacks, and then follow that up perhaps with our archer to try to get the finish. So our cavalry will step over right here, do some sword attacks. Nice. Okay, now he has 9 health, so we would need to hit... I'm going to try with the bow because I have more opportunities to get the kill. I'm going to have to hit twice. So let's try with the bow. Come on, land that kill. 1. 1 more. Yes! Excellent. Okay, and there we go. We have a chance now to advance this unit and evolve into either an Elvish Ranger or an Elvish Marksman. So the Ranger is a bit more of a jack-of-all-trades that has a decent melee attack and still pretty good bow attacks, whereas the Marksman is a little bit more focused on the ranged attacks and does have Marksman. And what that does, when used offensively, this attack always has at least a 60% chance to hit, which is extremely powerful. Whereas the Ranger, again, a little bit more of a jack-of-all-trades with a good melee and good ranged, but the Marksman, a little bit more focused on range. So I think I'm going to take the Marksman, actually. Yeah, let's take the Marksman. Excellent. So there we go. Now we have at least a level 2 unit that's going to help us out tremendously. Guess we might as well. Just seeing if there was anything else I could still do. Well, I can capture this village anyway. All right, so now let's send Konrad up there. Very well. We have made it this far, but where do we go next? We must travel north and try to make it to the Isle of Alduin. Hopefully, we will find refuge there. Of course, you are right, Delphador, but what will become of the elves here? The elves will fight. They may even prevail, but I fear things do not bode well for them. Let us not speak of it now. Onward. Good luck, Konrad. Don't worry about us. We will fight as best we can. Well, and there you have it. We achieved victory in scenario number 1. So let's see here. It looks like we had 63 gold remaining. We finished 3 turns early. The early finish bonus is 30 per turn, so that's a total bonus of 90, meaning that we had 153 total gold. We're carrying over 40% of that, so we're going to start the next scenario with 61 gold. All things considered, that's not too bad. All right. So we will save it right here, I guess. No, I don't want to quit. I would like to save. And we'll call this completed. And there you have it. Scenario number 1 complete. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one.